Okay. Got it. Okay. Peter, that is the word we are looking for. That is the word from the control room. All right, let me pull up my YouTube here so we can keep up with the comments. People, welcome. If you stumbled across us, this is the Saturday Night Live Rad Rc show. A couple of RC addicted dads sharing the world of RC through our lens. The lighter side of RC, this and that, what's happening, what's hot in the week. Like any good show, we will have our proper intro, take care of our housekeeping, make sure we pay the bills to keep the lights on. So right out of the gate, my name is Mike, aka Munster Rc, owner and operator of Carryallrc. And forgive me, I lost my spot here. Welcome back. If you are repeat customer coming back for more, thank you. If this is your first time, we highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button. That will qualify you and notify you if you hit the bell for all the giveaways and all the good stuff. Like any good show, you'll notice this is a tag team effort. I am here, like always, every Saturday night, live, uncut. Bloopers are free. You'll learn very quickly we are not a bunch of professionals. We are just a bunch of guys having a good time trying to do our thing and share our adventure with you. But I am here, as always, with my host, my co-host, my man, my bro, my ride or die. Peter, how are you, sir?
What's up, man? I'm still defrosting from today, you know?
Bro, the Northeast is cold.
Yeah, not like working out in 10-degree weather, you know, for a couple hours. But no, good to be back. Busy week, just, you know, a lot of weather delays and, you know, with my job, you know, late hours. And it's good to be back on a Saturday night, regular time slot. And I see we got everybody rolling in. We got RC every day, RC Jesus, Scale Rat, Jeremy Griffin, Fish and Bill, man. We got all RC Jesus. Depends on your definition of good. Yeah, we got the gang coming in. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Mike, it's just busy week, man. A lot going on, a lot of parts coming in. I know you're getting ready for UST like everybody else, and it's exciting, man. Countdown to UST, man. I remember this time last year. Hold on one second. This time last year, we were getting ready for USTE. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there, but I wish you the best. I know that you're getting ready, your builds. So, like each week, we want to thank our sponsors: Carryallrc, Treal Hobby, CowRc, Rebel RC, Crazy Crawler Foams, Powerhobby 2.4 Designs, Crawler Cult RC, RC Misfits, Scale Rats, who's in the house, Adventure RC, Wesmade Bills, RC Prorack, FMS, Race Place Hobbies, Remote Control Orlando, and Real Sticky. Thank you guys for sponsoring. And Mike, big news. You know, we talked about it before. We're anxious to do this giveaway. So everybody that's in the chat room here, you know, help us out. We're getting close. The last time I checked today, we're at 405. So we got about 95 more to go, and that FMS is going to somebody. So make sure you like us on Facebook and share the link. And then, Mike, we got a lot of giveaways. We got RC Garage, we got CowRc, we got a lot of good stuff.
I got some great content with Bobby's RC Garage. That micro garage is wicked cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro, had a lot of fun working this resin printed hard body from Flubber RC. Hey, good to have you back, bro. Are we still glitching over there with the Wi-Fi? Is that?
Yeah, I think my kids they're streaming games or something. Yeah, see,
Okay.
it's doing it again. So I'm here though.
All right. Yeah, I did post her up earlier today. You know, ironically, there's my Phoenix behind me. I didn't
Looks
even plan.
identical.
I didn't even plan that, but yeah, when you love your vanquished Phoenix that much, what do? You just build a tribute to it.
Yeah,
Um,
when you posted the reel today, and I was looking at the color scheme, I said, "Man, this is so dope. It reminds me of something." I totally
yeah,
forgot about your Phoenix, and I said, "Man, he's got a bigger version. That's
right.
incredible. That thing's incredible, though."
Yeah, I mean, for USTE to go there with a micro with the driver, I fell short with. I threw a helmet on him.
You guys still got me on audio? I think Mike froze up. He's coming back in. So we'll quickly go over as Mike's coming back in. So couple housekeeping notes. I know a lot of guys are subscribed to the Facebook page. Make sure check out Instagram also. You know, we do post throughout the week on Instagram on the Rad Instagram account. And as we were talking before, the FCX 24, 500 subscribers. Then we have a CowRc giveaway at 1,000. And then we also have the Bobby's RC scale garages to give away. So make sure you give us a subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll get these giveaways out. Next week, we got RC Girl coming in to town. Very excited to hear about her and her brand. And tonight's guest is no stranger to the RC community. Um, some of the best reels and content I've seen. You know, this guy is a true dedicated RC enthusiast, like his fellow RC enthusiasts, you know, on in the chat room here. Great content this guy makes. Excited to learn more about him and his brand. You know, as far as drops go, I came across the FureTech 24. I don't know if you guys have seen that. My camera's off, by the way, because I got internet's a little spotty tonight. So the FureTech, we're going to talk about that. Um, you know, there was a lot of buzz about the RTR version, why it's so pricey. Talk about some scale mail. I did receive my contest prize from Element, which I don't know if you guys saw today. That's some truck that Brad built. Definitely going to be a shelf queen for now. So we'll just give it a couple minutes. And with USTE approaching, for anybody in the chat room, I mean, I've been to two of them. You know, if any first timers are in the chat, get ready for a great time. I mean, Rob and his team does a fantastic job. I know it's approaching quickly. Just get ready for a great time. Lots of vendors. Vendor row is going to be fantastic. I know Mike's going to have some rad show giveaways, scale banners, stickers, carryall. There'll be merch on site for carryall. So take a look for Mike. I know Nick Barber and his setup. Big Squid, Scale Rat, you know, everybody at USTE, prepare for a great time, man. I wish I was going totally, but got some family obligations. So let's see where Mr. Mike is at. He's coming back in, so we'll just give it a couple minutes. So we got USTE coming up, Beat the Creek. I did get an email about sponsorship for Beat the Creek. For the Northeast guys, we got King of the Castle. And then we also have that event in May. I learned about that as well. We got VA Scalar events. These are all events that are coming in for sponsorship from either, you know, Carryall or Treal. So a lot of the events are starting to get on the calendar. So I keep a master calendar of all the event dates. So I'll be posting that as well. you know, you have the ASD crawl. There's tons of events, West Coast, East Coast coming up that are confirming dates. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Well, I'll probably post something on the Rad Show page. And if anybody has any other events additional, definitely, you know, throw a comment. But look for a lot of events coming up um, in the next couple months. But UST being the big one, Treal's a sponsor, Carryall. So take a look for some parts out there as giveaways. And I hope everybody has a good event. As far as builds go, currently don't have nothing going on. Finished my last build. So I'm gonna look into getting a new vehicle pretty soon. I was just talking to our guest. Um, Probably gonna get a drag car. I know a lot of guys you know, switched over to drag racing and I'm gonna see what it's all about. Element's got a DR10 and then that Lossy 16 scale that came out. So more to come on that. You might see it show up tomorrow. But here's Mike back. Let's bring him back in. He's going to use his phone here. Let's see how this works. Just stand by. All right, as Mike's coming in, any questions that people want to drop? Could be anything RC related. I'm going to read the comments. We got Jeff excited for USDE. Yeah, man, it's going to be great. You're going to have a great time. Anybody else in the chat room going to USDE? Just reading the comments now. All right. We're gonna bring on our guest here. He's sitting in the back as Mike's trying to come back in so we keep the show going. So this guest right here is just no stranger to RC. If you've seen some of his comment, some of his posts and his reels, top notch. Makes really good content. So Wayne Jr. We're gonna bring Wayne in. We're gonna learn more about his brand, some of the stuff he's working on, if he has any samples of anything he's working on. So let's bring in Wayne, and let's learn more about him. There's Mike. I was just bringing in Wayne. Hey bud, how you doing?
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Not much. Little technical difficulties on both sides. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But, so what's going on, man? Good to finally see you, hear you, and good to have you on the show. Thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Thanks for having me on.
Let's see if Mr. Mike is. Can you hear us, Mike? No. All right, as Mike's getting situated, he'll jump in. So one of the things we like to do on the Rad Show before we get really involved is, you know, kind of give us a background, tell us how you got into RC, kind of what you're working on, you know, what kind of fleet you have. I see that awesome scale garage behind you. Just take us through a journey here of how you got into the hobby and what you're working on now and what you're at today.
Well, originally I started off in the nitro world back in the day before I had my driver's license. You're a young kid. I was cutting lawns, spent all my money at the local hobby shop buying nitro. I had nitro RS4s, a lot of stadium trucks, a few monster trucks. Just had fun with them for a while. I got my license.
How about now?
Oh, yeah.
He's in.
And now it's gone. Keep going, Wayne.
I got my license, kind of got out of it for a little while. Got tired of the whole nitro thing. You know, that gasket's expensive, burns your eyes, messy. Wasn't quite the products there are nowadays, the clean stuff and everything else. So I got out of it for a little while. And then the crawler scene became pretty popular, and I kind of jumped back into that. And now I'm hooked on the crawler scene and the whole scale aspect of it. Anything that has to do with making scale items, I really enjoy doing that. And yeah, just had a passion for videos, and then videos kind of like faded out because they're a little bit too long. People don't have the attention span anymore. So the reels kind of came into the light of the picture. Everybody wanted to watch just a 30-second to a minute video. So I started transferring all my work. Instead of making one video a week, now I make, you know, videos all through the week with that content. That's how I end up getting all my content. I just stack it up during the weekend. That's the only time I get to go. During the week, it's wrench time.
Awesome. Yeah, and you know, it's funny. We had that conversation before. I'm just looking at some of the comments here. RC Jesus, Mr. Reels, RC Every Day, The Wayne Show. Well, you know, you're no stranger to the world of reels. I mean, what was the thing I asked you today? Just so everybody on here, you know,
I just wanted to know if I was working, if I had a job, which yes,
Yeah.
I do work a full-time job. I'm a little slower in the wintertime, so that's why my content might be a little bit more picked up. I have more time on my hands. Other than that, though, I work every day. I just enjoy making reels, and you know, I sit down and I can make a half dozen reels in a couple hours, and I'll just send them out during the week.
Well, and what's funny is everybody that's commenting right now, you know, I did ask him, does he have a real job? Because when you go through Instagram on a feed, let's say if I'm at work, I must see 5 or 7 of his videos and reels constantly. Wayne. So I asked him when he came on today, I said, do you work or is RC your life? I mean, I was jealous if it RC was your daily job.
Hey, one day I hope to make it my life. You know what I mean? That's the goal, right? At the end of the day, everybody's striving to nothing but RC and fade away from the jobs, you know. But
yeah. So Mike, you're back.
Hey, I'm back.
All right. So
My apologies. You know what, Pete? I'm going to blame it on the Northeast. I think it's this gosh darn cold weather that we're dealing with up here, making everything super duper glitchy. So first thing right out of the gate, Wayne, I owe you my deepest apologies. So sorry for that intro. And forgive me if we overlap a couple of things here. Peter, thank you for doing what you do and jumping in there to hold us together. Pete and Wayne, did you guys get the proper intro out of the way? Wayne, have you had a moment to introduce yourself to the world?
yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, in this chat room over here, I'm not even following this. You bring an entourage with you, and I thank you for that. You and your homies, the squids, that you guys. My God, I love watching the camaraderie and the tightness of your group. You guys have a way to break the Facebook algorithm, break down barriers. It's so cool to see how your core likes, comments, shares, engages in each other's posts, and continues to put wind in each other's sails. The way you guys all stick together, and here they are tonight in the chat room supporting you. It's phenomenal. It was my spiel that I had planned for tonight to talk about, you know, RC Jesus, everybody scaling, the whole crew that you've got. And here they all are, you know, and RC Every Day with Josh. I mean, the whole crew that you guys got, Mike and all of them. That's awesome to see. And it is no gosh darn secret what you are doing out there in the world of Instagram, my friend. You're blowing it up there. You've learned the secret that still photos are dead.
Yeah.
And
it is. On IG, it is, unfortunately.
It really is. Still photos are dead. And I think I started really paying attention to what you were doing the moment you dropped that little tiny elf in your scale garage, bro. That penny size elf, man. I jumped on Amazon that night and snagged one. I'm like, oh, I've been waiting to get an elf on the shelf in my scale garage. I was playing with other things for years trying to get that elf on the shelf look.
Yeah.
But when they came out with that, and then the reels, the audio that you picked to go with it, dude, top notch. So
I strive for that. It takes a lot of time to sit there and find that audio, and then once I find the audio, I have to make the reel. I make that reel instantly if I got the audio, because you'll lose it.
you're correct. I'm constantly trying to save audio when you're scrolling through reels, like, oh wait, that will tie in somehow to RC, and you just click them and save them. It's really fun to work with reels. They take a little bit longer, and it's not easy. I mean, you're quite a bit younger than I assume. How old are you?
37.
37. Gee whiz, to be 37 again. But for us old hats, Pete and I and the other old guys out there, we can appreciate, or you better appreciate what us old guys are trying to do to keep up. I have a 16-year-old daughter that I'm begging to help me, make me a TikTok, try and, help me out here. What do these buttons do? It's not easy. It's not an old man's game anymore on social media. So obviously what we want to do here, Wayne, is kind of loosen up a little bit, stretch our legs, and get wound up. We're going to start off with the segment of the show called This or That. What it does is hopefully will loosen us up a little bit and maybe paint a better picture of exactly who you are. I'll throw you out some examples, and people in the chat room feel free to play along and comment along with us. We'll set the clock for 1 minute, and we'll see how far you get. Very simple. It's an A or B answer, and at the end of it, hopefully we'll get a better understanding of who Wayne is. Peter, set that time clock for 1 minute, and here we go. Call or text?
Text.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Poker or blackjack?
I'll go poker.
Lexan or hard body?
Hard body.
Wood or ice or ice cream?
Ice cream.
A burger or a hot dog?
Burger.
A flat rail or C channel?
Flat rail.
Wow, you stumped me on that one.
Yeah,
1.9s or 2.2s?
1.55.
Oh, tiny truck man, tiny tire. Coke or Pepsi?
We'll go with Pepsi.
Burger King or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Action movie or comedy?
Action.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Country or city?
City.
Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Samsung or iPhone?
Samsung.
UFO or Bigfoot?
UFO.
Crunchy peanut butter or smooth peanut butter?
Crunchy.
Air guitar or air drums?
Air guitar.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Tattoos or piercings?
Both.
Fantastic. You did it. Just a little something fun to break up the rhythm of a normal show. We're trying to, bring in new segments, something that will spice things up a little bit. That's all we're trying to do there. And hopefully, it paints a little behind the scenes picture of who you are. Now, obviously, Wayne, I want you to tell me, what are you sitting there in front of? That is a dope-ass scale garage.
Yes, it's my new shop. I just finished up.
No kidding.
I used to have a regular, like everybody else, the printed shops. I had that for multiple years, and kind of got to the time where I was ready to make the move and build a custom shop. I started gathering supplies after a couple months, and then I just one day decided it was time to start, and it took me about a month and a half to finish. And this is what I ended up with. It's 4 foot by 3 foot by 2 foot tall. Has a loft, staircase, lights. It's fully outdecked. I do as much as I can, make everything I can scale wise. Scale to scale signs I pretty much make. Or
Wow.
Modify.
Pretty cool.
It's awesome looking. What is the walls made out of?
Well, first I started with a thin sheet of plywood, and then they are mini blinds. Got off of Amazon, ripped them all apart for all the planks, glued each piece onto the wood, and I got balsa wood and weathered it all and stained all that, and then assembled each beam in the shop. And then the stairs are dollhouse stairs, and then I kind of just kind of went from there. I took my carpentry skills and sized it down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So it was a fun project. I enjoyed building it. I had a lot of inspiration from a lot of my fellow guys in the group and their amazing shops, and just the amazing shops over the whole Instagram community itself. I mean, I just started a show, What's Up Wednesday, on Wednesday nights with my buddy J Team, and we've been showcasing shops every Wednesday. Some of these shops that come on the show are just mind blowing. Like you don't even realize they're out there because they're not getting shown in the the RC world and stuff. So
all right, time out. You unpacked a little bit there. We'll divert. You opened the can of worms. Wednesday night. Tell me the name of that again.
It's What's Up Wednesday.
What's Up Wednesday. But what caught my attention, your co-host is J Team RC.
Yeah.
That's an interesting co-host considering the geography of it. You're not local to him.
No, we ended up just becoming friends on Instagram.
Wow.
He follows a lot of my work, and I used to be. I'm not as much posting about it, but I was posting about the 24 scene, real heavy for a while.
Yeah, and he's huge in that. They were running up here in Jersey at the Fairway Crawl. This cat like locked and loaded. I wish I should have worn my J Team shirt tonight. Yeah, what a great dude.
Yeah, it just I don't know, we kind of filled in for Size Matters. He had a little vacation. We filled in on a Monday night for them. Yeah, that's wicked cool.
The surfboard with his logo, and he has like the A-Team van and all. What a cool cat.
Yeah, so we just started collabing together, and I mean, it's that bond. I don't know, it's that community you start growing on Instagram. Every platform has its own little community, kind of like. And
J Team's in the chat room right
now. Oh, what's going on, dude? Listen, so what platform are you running? What's Up Wednesday? Is that on an Instagram Live? Is that what that is?
We're just doing it on Instagram Live.
Okay.
Anybody can come on the show if you want to showcase your garage, just BS scale stuff,
Nice.
Little tips and tricks, or like a cool item you made in your scale shop. You want to show it off, we're just kind of getting the smaller guys out there with the amazing shops that aren't getting seen. Like, we want to bring them in, let them get seen, let everybody see.
That's a good idea.
I love it.
So
yeah, so it's interesting. Instagram, there is no let me reword that. In the world of social media, there is no geography at that point. Social media just brings us all closer together. So that's fantastic that you made that bond with somebody up here in the north like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. We're looking forward to continuing and see where it goes.
Fantastic.
Fun with it, that's what it's about. Making, keeping it fun.
Well, you have our blessing and our support 100%. We will do our best to remember to mention, Monday night mashups, What's Up Wednesdays, Thursday night we got Crawler Cult doing his thing.
Yeah,
everybody's got their
show every day of the week.
Yeah. Hey, but that was really the idea. I mean, when we started this, we were trying to find a spot. Like, where's a night in the week that we could try and fill a void, and it's not easy. There's something for everyone. But the beauty of the shows, even what you're doing on Instagram Live, they can be recorded and watched as a post later on. Even if they can't catch us as a live, I encourage everyone, I tell them all the time, listen, enjoy it like a podcast. Visually, there's nothing to see with us meatballs on here. You're not missing anything. Put it in your car radio and enjoy the ride to work and hopefully get something out of it, but there's nothing really to see. We try to use this platform as a place to jump over to someone's maybe website or maybe their Facebook page, maybe showcase some pictures. Later on tonight, we want to try and get over to the Joe Rope website and talk about the new lanyards that Joe dropped. They're pretty sharp, and that's one of the benefits that we're getting from the Zoom platform that we try to implement.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I joined a new group. Real quick, we got Team Garage Hack that joined us. CowRc just popped in. Welcome. So I joined a new crawling group in Long Island where I live. And to your point, Mike, I share the channel because if you could take away one thing, if you're new to the hobby, you go through past episodes, you got some amazing talent that we've archived. So that's the beauty of social media. You can learn a lot just by going through past ride to work, you're wrenching in your shop in the background. So, it's a good, Mike and I try to really do a good job of showcasing variety of talent, variety of guests, different parts of the hobby. So if you're a newbie watching this for the first time, go check out past episodes.
Yes, very good point, Pete. Now, Wayne, we've got something on the horizon here that I know you have been gearing up for the last probably 300 and some odd days.
Since I left, I started.
That's pretty dedicated, dude. When you told me, like, from the moment it ended, it was ready.
I was ordering parts on the ride home.
Wow. Good. Bravo.
My plans changed a little bit over time.
Sure.
But I ended up building 2 pretty cool trucks over the year for the show and to enjoy for the year. And I'm pretty proud of the one I built. I put a lot of time into it.
The engine bay.
Everybody to enjoy it and just see it and take lots of pictures. That's what it's really about. Ask me a million questions about it.
Yeah. Well, not only the build side, your rigs, you're also participating in this year's highlight of the diorama. And you did a parking lot, correct?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm putting it in the diorama.
Okay.
I more or less built it because it's a little bit bigger than their table size.
Okay.
So if I do put it, I'm not going to enter it to win. You know what I'm saying? It's just
gotcha.
For a display. It was for the show and shine for the car field. I wanted to have a scale parking lot for a scale car show. I have the whole lawn chair, the dog, all the cleaning products, the cooler. I have the scale parking, the scale sign that they would have up for, information about your vehicle. I made all that just for this.
Okay, well, thank you for telling me that now. So during the show and shine, I'm going to be on the opposite side of you. I am not being stuck next to the ringers again. Last year, I set all my stuff in between Jeremy Kilburn and Scale Rat. And it's like, worst place in the world to set your truck.
Mine was next to Greg Holman, so his took home, the prize. And just got me and Jeremy took home. It's all a gamble. You never know. It's all on the judges, and there's a lot of really talented builders that come to the show, and it's amazing to see.
It don't matter where you put it there in that show and shine. No, it don't matter.
Just the amount of stuff there is just mind-blowing.
And you know, people that have never gone just don't appreciate it enough. I've heard chatter in the background like, it ain't scale. It's not the best of the best. We have better scalar stuff in our events. I hear it all the time. I'm like, bro, have you ever been there? No, it's what I've seen. I'm like, whatever, click.
Yeah,
I just
hands
got
down one of the best scale shows there is. It's one of my favorite shows. I will never miss it ever again. Jeremy and my buddy Mike and all the scaling squids dragged me out there one year. Last year was my first year, and I'll never not go after that. Just
no,
totally
no
go.
kidding. I didn't realize this is only your second year then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to other events the first, a couple of years ago, but I never got to make this one. And then, I didn't have a room. Everything just wasn't arranged. And
Yeah.
it just worked out last year that it lined up, and I took the opportunity, and now I'm locked in. I'm done. I'm staying here. I'm coming back every year.
And that is really the appeal of that event. It's like no other, and it gets a lot of repeat customers to the point that when it's ending, people are already can't wait till the next year. They're like,
oh yeah,
like you ordering parts on the ride home. Yeah, I had a second truck built. Now that's the downside of flying. Getting on an airplane, we don't have the luxury of loading up a truck and driving down there with everything. I mean, I guess I could if I wanted to, but I'm not spending 22 hours in a vehicle again. Yeah. I did it one year, the very first USTE, we drove down, and when we were about 8 hours out on the way home, I swore to myself, never again. It's a brutal car ride. And so since then, I will fly down there, but you can limit yourself 2 trucks. Well, I built my 2, and then Element threw us that curveball at the last minute there and dropped that Treal Walker Black. And I'm like, I can't say no. I'm like, this has to go. So we did an audible at the last second, and I'm proud to say that we did put together a decent looking Treal Walker Black to go down there and have a good time with. Listen, it's not tiny tire 155 with the hood and all that, but I mean, listen, it holds its own for a scale truck.
People don't understand, though. You can go there with anything and have a good time. It's just, you're going to have an easier time going through the trails with the bigger truck.
Sure.
But you're going to have a great time doing it, honestly.
But if you have a 1x5 shelf queen, something that you baby and you don't want to see, get destroyed, this is the event for you to come tiptoe through it and bring your camera and enjoy yourself. And you are going to get some very cool diorama backdrops and meet some of the greatest people on the planet. And they are all like-minded RC enthusiasts. All they're excited to talk about their own builds and talk to you about what you've done. The camaraderie and the excitement behind the event, you can feel it in the air starting to stir up. So I know you're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. It's a good time. So what's up Wednesday? Now, how many shows have you been doing this a while, Wayne?
No, it just started a few weeks ago. I think we got 3 shows now.
Okay.
Going on our 3rd. So, it's steady. We're just having a good time with it. And we got a nice little solid group that joins in every week and wants to
nice.
do it. We got same guys always wanting to come and share their stuff, and a lot of the guys in the teams, and just building a nice community on there, just everybody with the scale shops and the scale world, and just giving tips to everybody.
Wayne, do you mess around with anything else besides scale trucks? Maybe the no prep drag scene? Have you?
Well, right now, I got nothing but crawlers. I got 1 basher. You got to have a basher. It's just the go fast.
Something to relieve the stress and just let it rip.
Send it, beat it up. You don't care as much. I got a drift car. I'd like to step up and build like a more actual drift car.
Okay.
I got plans for a semi in the future.
Me too. That is the bucket list item right there. A semi truck. audio.
And everybody in our group's got a semi and or a piece of construction equipment. So that's another one on the list. I got to get a piece of construction equipment because they're just so darn fun once you start playing with one. You never understood it. They're expensive. You put a controller in your hand and you play with it for a couple hours and you get hooked. You just gotta have one. I mean, they're just so fun.
I grabbed the
on your face, there's something wrong with you. Like, it's just so fun.
Well, I got the backhoe first, and then I was like, wait a minute, I need like a dump truck now. Like, you just can't have it moving dirt around. I need something to scoop it into, and that is a very addictive side of the hobby also. The whole construction scene is awesome. Have you ever messed around with the remote control tanks by any chance? The tanks that shoot the airsoft BBs?
No, that I have not. I've seen videos. One of my buddies plays around with all the tank stuff. He's got some pretty wicked tank builds. He takes, he builds them from scratch too. He's really meticulous with them. He loves his tank builds.
About 5 years ago, we got into it up here in the Northeast, and everybody started buying these tanks that are literally shooting airsoft bullets. And I mean, the tank's got audio and it's smoking and it recoils. Like, the detail in it's very cool. And then they were 3D printing like little barriers, and like, so as the airsoft bullet would hit it, it would start to knock pieces of the 3D barrier down, like trying to make it real accurate, like there was actually damage. And I mean, you could really get into it and really geek out, like having teams and last man standing. So listen, once you get into this hobby, if you don't find something that speaks to you, you have no pulse. Because I don't care if you're a modeler. Like, talking with Jeremy from Everybody Scaling, I was learning that he is way more of a diorama guy before he was an RC guy. He's like, dude, this is my wheelhouse. Like, diorama is my thing. And
he makes some amazing stuff. Like,
really does.
Just videos real quick, or the juice box off-road park when he had it. It's mind blowing when you go over there and look at it and be like, man, you just made that out of a piece of foam, and he's just got that talent to bring that to life, and that's the aspect of the RC world. There's so many cool talents out there that you get to see from everybody, and it's so awesome to see that.
Well, someone like Headhunters, for example, Headhunter Studio, have you ever seen the scale heads that he does?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is an amazing artist, like talented beyond belief. He's actually working on a diorama micro crawling course now. He's got the foam board and the carving knife. I cannot wait to see what this cat pulls off. And you can really there's something to lose yourself in, and people might get a little turned off by the cost, but when you start getting creative and making your own stuff, that's the idea. Save a little bit and really put your talents to work. I'm so impressed by the scale garage behind you. It looks freaking amazing. And one of the upsides that you're getting is something original, because when there's a repetition in the same scale garages, like Element, thank you, Element, for giving us an RTR truck with a scale garage. The downside is you can't go on Instagram and not see an Element scale garage. Now you've got a little bit of something more original. So kudos to you for taking the time. Time well spent, Wayne. Time well spent.
Well, like I said, though, like, I appreciate that and thank you. Well, what I said, don't be discouraged about those boxes and those kind of garages, because I didn't start off in that garage.
Correct.
To get there, you got to work your way up, and
it
as long as
is
you're having fun and you're getting cool pictures, and that's all that it's about, man. You're having fun in the scale world. That's what it's about. It doesn't matter what garage you have, where you're taking the picture. Just have fun with it.
Bravo. I mean, well said, dude, because seriously, people can make it work. We're not knocking the RTRs, the Element scale garage, or the repetition of
setups with that stuff, honestly.
but it gives you something to work towards. I would, like me personally, I'd be setting up my element garage, using this as your backdrop, work towards something, have something like you did in the background that you can work on and start making your own. I mean, what the benefit of what you're doing, you get a second floor out of it, dude. What do you?
That was actually added after the fact. Like,
wow.
I wasn't even sure if I was going to add it, and then
the second floor is key.
Let's see if we could add one in. And then, you know, my brother was over here and we were looking at it, and he's like, dude, you should do it. And then I came home with all the supplies one night, and I was like, I'm doing it. And then here we go.
Bro, it looks like the steps were a part of the original design. Like, you really pulled it off.
Thanks,
what is on the second floor? What are they doing? Are they playing pool there or something? What's happening up there?
I got a recreational bar up there. I'm not a drinker, so yeah. So they got their own little partake up there, little bar, entertainment stand. I could show you guys if you wanted. I don't know how to flip the camera around, but yeah, basically.
Well, I know there'll be no shortage of posts and reels, I'm sure.
Just check out my page.
Yeah.
But no, I built them a whole little setup. They requested, you know, the guys in the shop get a little needy sometimes, so they finally got their own designated area. Work kind of slowed down since I built it, but you know, they're all jacked up for UST now. The last week waiting on it, so we're getting back in the gear here.
Now, is your 4-wheeler remote control?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I made this. I made 2 of them 2 years ago. I made my brother Mike one, and then I decided after I built my hunting truck, my hunting K5, I was like, well, I'm gonna build a 4-wheeler now. So I ended up building myself one.
What a fun one to do. They are
multiple because me and my brother trail them together.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, bring it to UST.
I might have to now.
Yeah, man.
All right. That would really look cool, seeing these things go together.
Man, that'd be cool.
And really, it was not hard to do.
No, it was, you know, it just takes a little bit of patience. You just need the model and an FMS. I've seen them. Guys have actually done it on the elements, the 24 elements. They've been doing them on those also.
Okay, this was, I think, on an HPI or something. It was an older truck. I mean, I did this thing like 5 years ago.
What do? They sell the body separate, and the body.
Yeah, the body's actually a 1/12 scale kid's toy.
Yep,
like,
it came in a whole kit, and
but originally, like, I got mine from Badlands, Indiana, because they got the off-road park.
Right.
They sell them there in that store, so that's where I got mine from.
So we have a farm and tractor or something that's called Tractor Family or something like that near us.
They have stuff like that too.
They have this whole selection of these like random kits, hunting stuff and all that. And I found it in there, and I'm like, oh, we got to do it. And it turns into this like dope little 10 scale quad, and yeah. It's a little hopping.
It fits perfectly in the back of a pickup truck.
Right? It's well worth it.
Yeah, it's just cool. It's another little scale factor.
But yeah, I totally spotted that there behind you. When you slid over, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But there's a lot yet you can do. You have lots of you have a whole clear palette there to create. But what I'm interested in, Wayne, is what you're doing with this printing. I've been hearing good things about these signs that you've been making. Is that something you do for a living, or where did the creativity with the signs come from?
Basically, I was always, I don't know, me and my brother have been always trying to make something for scale-wise to, you know, eventually sell or be a little hit. We've made a few things up, and it's been okay. And I kind of came up with these. I made scale squid signs. Signs for the parking lot.
Right, and like RC Jesus has his own parking.
Everybody in my little clique, you know, they all liked it, and I was like, Jeremy was like, "Hey man, can you print some up for everybody?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" You know, I got some time to kill. My builds are done for UST. I'm kind of just relaxing anyway.
Stop rubbing it in.
So I was like, all right, I'll print them up, you know. So I started making them, and then I got the idea of, well, why don't I just make them with their logos, you know, and I can make them a little personal now. So now I'm thinking about after UST offering for people if they want me to take their logo, and just it's a little scale shop item just to hang up on the wall, you know, but it's a unique personal item that nobody's really offering.
Yeah,
And
no, it sounds like a great idea. You have me completely intrigued. Is this something that you're doing on like a Photoshop? Are you learning this kind of on the fly, or?
It's all done on a few programs I use.
Okay.
And I kind of do a lot of the editing on it. I mean, and then I transfer it over to my printers and print it out.
Do you have one handy?
I got a bunch of them. I mean,
Flex it, man. Show us.
I got a bunch of them made up. Well, I got some of the. They're limited, and I'm handing them out to people at UST.
Well, how do I order one? I'm sending you a message now. I want one of these.
So, these are the scale ones I'm going to give away.
Nice.
I got limited of them, so you got to come see me. First come, first serve. You don't get them.
All right.
What it is.
That looks good, dude. I love it.
So I got them. These are also going to be handed out for the big squid fans. I got some big squid parking only ones. So I'm going to be handing out some of those to a few people. I ended up making, I made Annie hit me up. I made him some, but I can't show him because I already picked them up. His are ready to go.
Good for you.
I can't make UST, so I figured I would at least hook them up.
Memory.
Pete, this is the reason we bring this man on as a guest.
So,
look at what he is doing.
So I did Size Matters.
Nice.
My post today, so I was like, you know what? I'll be nice. He's coming there, and we've been really bouncing off each other, collabing lately. So I was like, I'll make him some. I had to hook up my homie from Crawler Cult and give him some limited edition ones. Maybe he could throw a couple in his giveaway bags,
Absolutely.
Because they're limited, you know what I mean? They're not going to be made. I can make more, but they're not at this time made. I had to hook up my homie, RC Jesus.
Nice.
Let's see, we got my homies at 110. I had to hook him up. I got to hook up RC every day.
Absolutely.
And it's fun making them too. I have fun doing it. My buddy, my brother Muck Boots Crawler, I made his. And then what I originally made, what started it all, was the scale and squid parking.
Nice. That's how it all got started.
That's what started them. And I made a black version too. So we got a black scale and squid.
That looks good in black. I like that.
I got a couple different versions. Like I said, there'll be limited. If you find me at UST, I'll be at Big Squid booth all weekend. Pretty much.
I'll be
Unless I'm on
texting.
the trail, but other than that,
I'll be
making my rounds.
I'm going to text you the Carryall logo, the Rad Show logo. We got to get some of these done up. We got to put an order in.
It'll be after. I'll get on doing more orders right after UST because I want to go on vacation, kind of unwind, man. I've been building all year on my truck. I finished the shop. Well, yeah.
Speaking of comments, people want to see your builds for UST.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my pride and joy, man.
This engine bay.
I got inspired from a lot of my buddies. Okay, when you go to UST, I built a Forerunner for UST last year.
Okay.
And I put a lot of hard work into it, and I thought I was doing a lot of good. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of cool stuff in it. Well, after you go to UST and you look at some of that stuff, you're like, oh man. Oh, oh man, you know what I mean?
That's what Mike said. That's what Mike said to me. So I got a Forerunner, right? First time doing an engine bay, put every single scale accessory. I don't know if you ever seen my Forerunner, pop out tent, everything, McDonald's bag in it. This thing was what Mike said to me. He's like, listen, man, it looks good, but just wait till you see the show and shine. I get there, Wayne. I'm not even joking. I felt like I did nothing all year.
Well,
I was like, this thing looks like garbage compared to. It's incredible.
People People
That's
put
mine.
windshield wipers on their truck thinking, oh, I got wipers. Well, when you get the USTE, the wipers work and it's squirting fluid on your windshield. Like it's the whole other level.
So can I flip this camera around?
Should be able to.
Oh, right there. So,
Oh, beautiful. We're getting a tour.
so I got, this is not all of it, but you know, I got the dog with the leash, car show, you know, I got all the stuff packed up. I've been packing up UST stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I got even down to the fluids. I mean, there's fluid inside the reservoir.
Bravo. Wow.
There's actually,
Hey, Wayne, when you get your scale accessories, do you have your own printer or do you use somebody you can buy from?
well, a lot of these accessories, okay, a majority of them, like my motor, my brake booster, the AC, and the one reservoir,
Yep.
battery, that's all from Mr. Comedies. He makes
Okay.
the best scale motor based stuff I
Ever seen.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, I mean he's one of the top 3 for sure. If he
Absolutely.
to me, he makes the best stuff, hands down. I had my buddy Greg Holman. Basically, my whole
It's a mix and match.
Yeah, my whole little crew kind of came together too. They gave me parts. You know, Greg gave me the washer or the wiper motor. RC Jesus hooked me up with the radiator. You know, I got a couple scaled by Chris parts. The wire harness I all handmade, wrapped by hand. The whole truck has a complete wire harness on it. It's so hard to get pictures of it.
No, dude, you're doing a great job.
Brake lines, I went down to, there's everything, even the battery itself.
Look at that battery.
The battery has the Interstate logos on it. Like everything is lit. There's actually hidden underneath of this radiator, there's power steering lines down there with the power steering gearbox and the actual steering shaft that goes into the bodies there. Like there's dipsticks. I got trans dipstick, oil dipstick. They actually come out, scale wing nut, real metal. They actually unscrews from the air cleaner. On top of, I did the whole interior. I mean,
Wow.
custom seats, custom headliner, custom visors.
Wow.
Dash, the back seats, custom wrap, custom seat belts. I made all custom seat belts myself.
Don't put your truck next to his, Mike.
Wow. Holy.
I made panels. They don't normally come like that. My whole back seat.
Holy crap.
Magnetic, so you can take it out. I mean,
That's dope.
you know, so you can take the back seat out and still have the back, but it's on magnets, so you can just magnetize it right back on.
The seat belts. Where did you get them from? Is that from what did they come from Wesmade by any chance?
No, I hand filed all those.
Wow. Oh, no, Wes was selling the seatbelt configuration like that. You could print them.
They're all hand filed.
Wow. So you really get into this whole making it yourself. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of help. Shrink RC supplied me majority of the parts for this truck. You know, like the door panels, the dash lid, seat. And then he supplied me also with a lot of parts for my K10, so I built a good relationship with him, building these 2 trucks.
Nice.
And I mean, I got full exhaust, dual exhaust, all the way front to back. It has a scale fuel pump, fuel lines, wire harness underneath the truck. I mean, it's full blast back exhaust. I mean, I did everything I possibly could do it that I could make up. The exhaust is actually real brake tubing. I mean, it's all hand bent by me. Got the hinges. My buddy Greg Holman hooked me up with a set of the scale.
No, wait. Is there no rear view mirror? Or no, there was an air freshener hanging from it. Never mind.
I got one.
Right.
Yep,
I thought I was going to catch it. I thought I was going to hang you up on something silly.
No, I got one. I got the smoke dash.
Is that
I don't have power, but the gauges on the dashboard, they all light up. I mean, it's got floor mats. There's actually a scale I made a scale brake pedal. It's so hard to tell. It's actually a scale brake pedal down there. It's so hard to see it. But there's one
Bro.
down there.
Bro, holy cow.
Scale. This is the seller's, the buyer's tag, the window sticker that would be on it.
So, people, this is what USTE is all about. Holy crap.
This is what I've been kind of working on and slowly building it all. It's just been pretty fun.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, man, I got hooked on the scale stuff. Once you go to UST, it's addicting. And then, my closest friends, Greg and Jeremy and Mike and all of them are super scale on RC, every day. And then once you hang out with all them guys, it's like it's hard to go back.
Yeah, seriously. And you're hanging out with a crew that rolls deep. I mean, like you said, with RC every day and Jeremy and Nick, you're in a clique there with some super scale builders.
And they've all fueled my passion.
Yeah, I love it.
I've gotten inspired by videos that they've made, and
Sure.
That's what it's all about, feeding off each other and building that relationship, and that's how you keep your community growing. I mean,
absolutely, and
one another,
and recognizing when hard work is being done, and telling someone that they're kick-ass job, dude. Like, this isn't about getting jealous. Like, I'm not looking at this and jealous at all. Like, this is like, holy freaking crap, dude. Great work. You're inspiring me to go and build something. That's the whole idea. Get out there and inspire somebody else to try and do something, and maybe they'll think of something that they want to build on their own. Or hell, copy exactly what you've done. I've already started 2024's UST builds. Oh my God.
So yeah, I got one project sitting here ready, and the other one I'm going to slowly pick up some parts at UST for, and I'm not sure if one of them will be done for UST next year, but one definitely will be.
Okay. Well, this year is already so exciting. I've been looking forward to coming down the wheel with you all for a very long time. You just took that up a whole other notch, Wayne. I can't wait to get down there, spend some time with the crew. Keep up the amazing work, Wayne. You are a true beacon in the scale scene, spreading the love and showing how much fun this hobby can be. So you are a true soldier. We salute you, and we thank you for everything that you are doing. And thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time. And we will continue to support what's happening over there in the world of What's Up Wednesdays with you and J Team. Keep doing your thing,
man. We appreciate it. It's a little thing.
Hey,
we're not expecting everybody to tune in every week. We know stuff happens, but if you got something cool and you want to BS some RC, come on in on a Wednesday.
Absolutely. I love it.
So,
Peter, any last words for our man?
No, man, unfortunately, bummed I'm not going to be able to meet you face to face, but there'll be another event, and look forward to meeting you, and good luck.
You going to any other ones this year? You going to Beat the Creek, or?
I'm thinking Beat the Creek. I just got an email from Chris yesterday. So
I'll be that one.
Yeah, Mike and I are going to lay the calendar out. Definitely try to get to Vermont, for the ledge, and maybe we'll make a world tour here. So yeah, man, thanks. The builds look killer. Garage is dope, and keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing great work. The reels are great. For everybody watching, we'll post up again tomorrow all the social media handles for Wayne, so you can take a look at some of his great work. So
get out there and follow him.
Yeah, so keep it real, man. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, fellas. Appreciate it.
All right.
We appreciate him. Peter, I meant what I said. The crew that he rolls with is deep. They're strong. You gotta salute the whole Squidden family. To the outskirts with RC Jesus, all of them. They roll deep. It's I love to see the camaraderie and the support that they give each other, and they all pep each other up. They all feed off of each other. But someone does a post, they are literally right there, like, commenting, and sharing every one of each other's posts. It's how you break the Facebook algorithm. Find a crew like that, and stick together, and feed off of each other, and have some fun and grow the hobby. These guys are doing it for all the right reasons, and my gosh, dude's good. That garage is impressive. The build is next level. That full exhaust, the whole. But that's what UST is all about, dude. Oh man.
Yeah, that's gonna do well down there. Great photos, and
I'm putting this thing in the trash.
yeah.
Whatever. At least I can say it's a micro. It has nothing to do with what he just did. But even my
I'm
tent.
glad I'm not going out. I mean, I don't got anything even worthy to drop.
Yeah, I've been spending all this time on this Night Rider build, trying to keep this thing under wraps. But I turned the Night Runner into Night Rider. We buried the red light that goes back and forth in the grill. I got a 4-minute audio reel from Scale Audio. It's got the sound effects, like trying to crush this thing. The only thing I'm waiting for is my David Hasselhoff action figure to come. I'm strapping him in the driver's seat. Actually, I should put him in the passenger seat. Let Kit drive.
So what do you got going on in the shop?
Oh, I mean, it's been full-fledged building carry-all bags. Like we've got Rebel bags. We have 11 brand new theme backpacks, all dropping at USTE, from Boom Racing to Crawler Park to My Trick RC, Team Garage Hack, Crawler Canyon. I can't even think of all the different ones. We've got all these new wraps coming. Theme bags will all be built for USTE, plus a crap ton of sling bags, all done up in, all the sling bags are done in USTE colors. And every sling bag, the limited number of them, if you get there early, comes with a headhunter head. Headhunter sent scale heads for every sling bag to go inside of them. So if you're one of the lucky ones to get there early to grab your sling bag, you're going to be one of the fortunate ones to walk away with an exclusive limited headhunter scale head in there to throw in one of your own builds. Something neat. Yeah, it's the cool stuff. Crawler Cold, a few others, all threw in a bunch of swag, dropped it in there. So the whole carry-all thing, we've been keeping busy on that, trying to get caught up on all the other orders, so we have everything all cleaned up before we go. And literally, the countdown is on. Like, we're ridiculous number of days out, like 14 days or something ridiculous. We'll be down there. We'll hook up with Desmond once we get down there in near the hotel. Probably Thursday or Friday, we'll hook up with him and get out there, hit the trails. We'll hook up with Jeff Johns from Rebel. And hopefully we get Jeff out a lot more on the trail this year, get him away from the booth for a little bit. That's the whole idea. I'm not going down there to sit behind the booth the entire time. We'll hook up.
You say that now.
No, I'm bolting.
Back to me.
Nope.
If you sit at that booth all
nope. I'm going to try and get away. I'm going to take everything over to RCH Orlando. Nick Barber's got the crew and the setup. I'll drop the bags off over there. We'll have a booth area, a place to come up and talk to the tactical team from Carryall. All the ambassadors will be around the Rebel Carryall booth area. But if you want product, we'll send them over to RCH Orlando, let the transactions go down. Nick's been an authorized dealer of Carryall from day one. That's kind of the game plan that we're working right now. So the whole idea is to get out there on the trail, brush elbows, and, meet people out there. That will be the whole hype.
Watch out for the ants.
Yeah, I'm not, let's stay off. Don't lay on those hills.
Stay off the floor in the hills.
Yeah, so I haven't even torn into this thing yet, bro. Like, that's the kind of stuff that we're dealing with. Like, stuff's coming in. We can't even keep up with how fast it's happening. But to get a rear wheel steer micro, bro, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to try and open it while we're talking.
What's the name of this thing?
They call this thing the Axe 24. Like, you need to have been around this hobby for some years to understand what you're staring at, to recognize this body. The people that say that they want to take this body off, it's like a mortal freaking sin. Like, this is such a nod back to the OGs. You don't want to. You don't want to molest this body, but I do want to rip the body off at the same time and put a cliffhanger body on it. But it's a great nod back to the OG. And to give you rear wheel steer on a micro, like, good stuff.
How much you say it was?
I think the retail on these things is like $1.60 or something.
Wow, that's a good bang right there.
Seriously, I would have done a micro. I would have built a micro with a rear wheel steer. I'm using a shovel to cut this open. I would have tried to build my own, but you can't build your own that cheap. I mean, to give you the radio and everything you want out of it. Oh, speaking of radio, holy crap, dude. I heard from our guy over at, oh, what the hell's the name of him now? He's gonna kill me for missing his name. The dude making the snowplows. Oh,
Richard Perry.
Rick Perry is one of his aliases on Instagram. But he had a snowplow name. Son of a gun, I can't even think of his. Maybe he'll chime in. The famous guy making snowplows, V-plows, whole nine. I got a whole bunch of them from him. Rick Perry is, I think, the alias. I don't even know if it's his real name. But we heard from him earlier in the week. He finished a micro straight plow, a micro V plow for the FMS C10 and the SCX 24. Both of them are en route to go down to USTE to have these functional micros with plows. Now, obviously, they're going to push around like what, maybe a cotton ball or something. You're not really moving snow with one of these little guys, but hell, it's what we do is geek out over tiny little scale stuff. Homeboy figured out a way to get the straight plow and B plows on the FMS C10 pickup and the FCX 24s, and they look great. Did you see the lanyards? I don't know if you can pop over to Joey Rope at all. He got the new lanyard done. The new design of his lanyard looks great.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
He's killed it on the new lanyard. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really look sharp. Beefed it up. Has a, it's just a well-built lanyard. You can see there's a lot more time involved in what he's making, and they look really sharp. So bravo, Joey Lanyards. Keep up the good work, buddy. They look sharp. So what else happened, Pete? I know you wanted to talk about another micro drop. For the people that are diehard micro guys out there, confident stuff and rocking these brushless systems, they got to be geeking out right now to see that new RTR that dropped.
Yeah. So the FureTech RTR.
Right.
There was a lot of buzz on social media. A lot of people that were saying the price point's high. There was one YouTube video that I watched, and they showed an Axial 24 versus FureTech and the climb approach. And you should see this video of this FureTech going up compared to the Axial.
Right.
The line is like this because the Axial can't do it.
Hell no.
FureTech can do it, but
you're not comparing apples with apples at that point.
I think it's 339 plus. I mean, but when you see what you're getting, I mean, I just opened up my FureTech, and I remember when FureTech first came out, everybody was going bananas about this FureTech system. And don't get me wrong, I mean, it's pretty cool, the FureTech, but I'm not a comp micro guy, so it really doesn't get me crazy out of bed. But yeah, so the FureTech dropped their RTR model. It's about 339. There's a lot of mixed reviews. Some people think it's badass, and some people, 339 for tiny truck. But you know, if that's your flavor and you're a comp guy and you like the PureTech, they got some cool stuff out. I mean, like I said, I dropped one in the Gladiator.
Bro, I don't. Yeah, you got one in the Gladiator, but I don't know what they're expecting they're going to pay. That last scale comp that we went to, where J Team did up there at the fairway crawl, the guys rocking those micro comp trucks, bro, like $1,500 all day long. 1,500 for a micro comp truck, like $1,000 without even trying.
Well, and J Team just made a good comment. He said the price of it isn't bad for what you get. If you were to buy a stock rig and build one, you would have more into it.
Thank you. That's what I just got done saying. Like, J Team knows what was there. I mean, $1,000 was like the average starting truck to just get you out going. But there were other guys I walked up to dude. He's got two of his hands. He's like, yeah, it's slightly over $3,000 right here where I got tied up in these two comp micro trucks. Like, I'm like, damn. So to drop 339 and get all that right out of the box, I respect it. Thank gosh for them. They're doing it and bringing something new.
PureTech makes good. You know, they got some cool stuff out, man. You know,
yeah.
You know, it's just you know, you buy what you pay for. You know what you like. You know.
Yep.
And then all that happened this week was obtaining Brad's build. That was pretty cool.
Congrats again, bro. Bravo.
This thing was took this thing out of the box. I mean, it, you know, put the lights on, you know, scale driver. I mean, he really did this thing up pretty sick. You know, this ain't
gorgeous.
It's just a lot of detail in this. The light kit's super sick. It's got that Night Rider thing that you were talking about. It's got the orange lights up front, lighted cabin, full interior, driver. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Definitely gonna get some shots on it, but other than that, I'm looking into the drag car, like I told you. Might go 16th scale or DR10, so look for a no prep coming soon.
That's fantastic.
Oh, and this, can't forget about. So
yes, with the Gen 9, the new Rccaraction dropped, and make sure we post an affiliate code every week for the Rad Rc show for you to go and save. Make sure you go get your 1-year annual subscription to Rccaraction. I mean, what a great article on that Gen 9. Scale Rat. Did you see the Scale Rat build in there? The whole article that he did with the tracks? Oh.
And, you know, I'm not a Red Cat. I don't own a Red Cat. But, you know, when I look at this thing, I'm like, maybe it's time to get one. You know? Absolutely.
The Gen 9, dude. I'm telling you, when I had the Gen 8, I was blown away. I probably had, you know, one of my higher end trucks like that I, you know, built from nothing, built up, you know, who knows what the price tag is on something like that. Running this thing, we'll call it a $1,500 truck. Up on these spots, not doing what it's supposed to. I take my stock, Gen 8, drop it on the ground, and like a slug, this thing's like technical crawling all over everything. I was like, how? So right out of the box, Red Cat figured out the formula. And now with the Gen 9, all the quirky little things that people were bitching about, they fixed. It's a sexy looking truck. And that finish on that truck in person is wicked cool.
Yeah. It's a good looking truck.
I love it. I can't wait to see.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because when I first joined the Long Island Crawler group, all the 3 guys had these Gen 8. They're loud, bulky looking.
Yeah, the axe was loud. Those steel gears. It would sound like a diesel.
Yeah, it's just loud. It's bulky looking. I'm like, oh man, I didn't. But then when we went up technical stuff, like you said, a slug. But this thing made every climb with no problem. No problem. Not hesitated. And I remember when Reefs did that collaboration with the servo, and then you know, people were getting gens, you know, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hold off. But then when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is super cool.
Jeff Johns, if you're listening, thank you. That was the man that broke the mold, bringing the Reef servo to a stock RTR. Yes. Man, the legend. Yeah, Red Cat, bravo. Good job for bringing that on. I'm always excited to see what Red Cat's got in the works. Gen's Ace doing their thing. That was the other bag that we're bringing the USTE is the new Gen's Ace bag. That will be ready in time for USTE. The artwork came out great. And we'll have the homeboy from there, Eric Sereno with Black Sheep. We're going to bring him on here as a guest in the very, very near future. I can't wait to talk to Eric Sereno and what he's been doing. Kind of our inspiration for doing this show. He had the RC Hangout going for a while.
Yes, that's right.
And now, you know, it was great stuff. So, man, props to Eric.
This little thing here. I'm gonna
nice.
Yeah.
Is that for your Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in tomorrow.
Where'd you find that at?
So this came with the stuff from Scale Rat, but I just got around to painting it and doing the red lettering.
Wow.
I did the red lettering myself.
Sharp, dude.
I'm gonna put it in tomorrow. You got to be careful with this because it breaks.
Does mine?
So, do you
Oh,
have
my,
the front grill?
no, mine doesn't say Toyota. I did that grill. I did the Knights version. Mine didn't say Toyota like that.
I have an extra one. I'll send it to you. An extra insert.
Oh,
yeah,
please. Oh, it's the grill piece that goes in. Oh, sick.
Yeah, I got a set and an extra one.
Nice.
So yeah, it'll change up the look a little. You know, it looks sick when you put this in. So yeah, I got some stuff. I'm gonna take some content tomorrow. So it goes from 17 degrees to 50 tomorrow.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's a big day. I've got a lot to do, a lot of testing to do tomorrow. Everything that I've been working on, I gotta get this girl out there on the ground tomorrow and run her for a while, see how these new foams are doing, how it rides with the new hard body. This guy, I can't wait to do some rear wheel steer with this. We'll get some updates and feedback on this baby when we're back next week. It will be pregame Super Bowl, the night before the Super Bowl, next Saturday. Who's in the Super Bowl? I forget.
I knew I was waiting for that.
Did you see who's hanging out here? He's my Scale Mini Me in my Eagles jersey. Like, I have an Eagles jersey in the Scale Mini Me. It's true. I decked out all the trucks. Every truck I'm taking to UST has an Eagles sticker in the rear window. I'm like going to be so freaking annoying to people. Like, dude, shut up with the Eagles. But no, it's all in good fun. We're just busting balls. Bro, I'm sitting here staring down at this thing like it's sitting on my desktop. Dude, this thing's like totally articulated. It's like all tweaked out. Like the shocks on this thing out of the box are ridiculous. And that it's staring at me in like a crab crawl. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said you get that whole setup under $200.
Dude, it's out of control. Like, very cool, man. The whole crab walk and the rear, it's separate functionality. I can't wait to every time I sit down, it's like, oh wow, this thing really flexes. Good stuff. Well, listen, Pete, I'm fighting a cold. I'm going to wrap this show up. I apologize to each and every one of you for our shady internet earlier. That was an absolute debacle. I'm going to blame it on the weather up here in the freaking cold Northeast. It's ridiculous. Ridiculously cold.
For next week, I mean, geez, I'm gonna have to run a fiber optic line into my hobby room.
Right? It's out of control right now.
You know, it's interesting. You know, you get the highest speed internet. You know, never had a problem, right? Then you get a new router, and then all of a sudden you have problems. You got extenders. I mean, I got radio waves going through my head. I'm gonna die 10 years earlier because I got so many extenders. I got Wi-Fi TVs next to me. I got radio waves everywhere. You know, and it still don't work the way it should. You know, I think, man, as time goes on, you get back from USD, we're gonna upgrade the equipment. You know, I'm working off an old PC. You know, I'm working off a 4K camera with an older computer. That's not
yeah.
Bad. You know, there's a lot of things. You know, some investments we're gonna make, and you know, only good things for the Rad Show. I mean, like I said, we're almost at 500. Takes people a while to do that. You know, we did it. You know, we're almost there, man. So.
It'll be fun next week to talk with Haley. I can't wait to
Yeah,
meet her.
so I talked to her during the week. She's very excited to get on the show. She's gonna have all her goodies, everything she's working on, and you know, we'll talk to her before the show and come with questions. You know, last time I spoke to her, she told me she's got a cool new venture that she's doing that's actually really impressive. We're gonna save that for next week. Something that she's
Excellent.
working on. So yeah, tune in next week, RC Girl. It's gonna be super cool.
I'm excited.
Mike's gonna get some really cool artwork. We'll get it up early, you know, maybe twice. She's been sharing the Rad Show on her page, which she has a lot of a big following. So
as a matter of fact, I'll probably get working on that post, like even tonight. I'll get the artwork going. So we give it a whole week.
To her, so she says it looks good, you know.
Awesome. All right, I'll get working on it right away.
All right, man. Feel better. And
I can't wait to get back from USTE to get moving on this freaking Bushido. I've had to put this poor girl on pause to get everything else done. I've got so much stuff planned for this Bushido, and I can't.
So I got both of those trucks that you just pointed at. Next week, I think I'm gonna switch gears. You ready for this? I found a Jeep that on the road while I was driving that I'm gonna make the Michigan, the color scheme.
Nice.
So I think I'm gonna paint it next week. I mean, I'm just like you. I got 3 trucks back there that I didn't even start on. So
I know everything came all at once, and it all happened. And I mean, the military stuff alone. I could be out there for days with all the military stuff.
Yeah,
it's just out of control. There's so much cool stuff to do. There is no shortage of things to do in this hobby. If you're on the fence, teetering, thinking is scale for me, bro. If you have any sort of modeler in you, any sort of originality, something creative hands, a woodman, wood shop, carpentry. Maybe you're good on a computer with Photoshop and stuff like that. There's just something for you in this hobby, man. You've got to. And then once you get hooked, it's just people, like-minded people like ourselves that all relate and like to just have a good time. So I had White Castle earlier, so I'm going to hurry up and get off of here, and we're going to wrap up. We spent the day shopping for my daughter's prom dress. All 6 hours, homeboy. 6 hours, homeboy was a limousine driver for the daughter, taking her around so she could try on all these dresses. I was I was on the grind shopping in a mall. Like, dude, I'm surprised lightning bolts didn't come striking down that mall. 10 years, I think I calculated, since the last time I walked into a mall. Yeah, so we did that. They had an Army Navy store next door to the mall. So while she was prom dress shopping, I went over and spent the day in the Army Navy store. Bro, I can't. I'm hooked, man. I got to get back in that Army Navy store again. Found so much cool stuff in there. Patches. I got Metallica patch for my backpack. Yeah, good stuff.
So I put the mini patches on.
Yes. Yeah.
Check this out real quick.
Right? I love it.
They just pop out and they go right. Oh, dude.
I love it. Dude, they were designed perfectly to fill those little gaps. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. Yeah, dude, we've been fighting a wicked cold up here. This hot and cold, the ups and downs with the weather, it's out of control. Yeah. But peace and love to all my RC freaks and geeks out there. We will be back next week with none other than Haley, RC girl. I can't wait to meet her and see what she has to say. Might have to tweak some of my questions for this or that for a female. We'll modify them a little bit for her. And like I said, look for updates on the Rad Rc shows, Instagram and Facebook on updates on this little beast. Thank you to RC Misfits and Race Place. Race Place has these in stock. He's actually a local guy. For all you Hidden Valley freaks and geeks out there, that local comp guys to us here in the PA, Philadelphia region, go check out RC Misfits. And at Race Place, we have none other than Dreamer himself working over at Race Place. So if you need technical questions on your builds, make sure you get over to Race Place, rent your slot cars and hang out over there. He can help you with the technical stuff. I know he's got a cool Pete, these light up signs. Glenn got them done in the Rad Show logo.
Oh, he
He-
did?
yeah, he got he got Carryall. He got new Carryall ones done. Several versions of the Carryall, the Rad Show logo done. A few of them. Yeah, no, he already saved. He knew right away. He's like, yeah, I saved one for me and you. And so we'll have them lit up behind us in the future. But yeah, Race Place, RC Misfits. Thank you guys for hooking us up. They are authorized dealer for all things Axial, Element, Rebel, FMS. They carry it all. And if they don't carry it, they can order it for you. Tell Joey we sent you. Peace.
All right, everybody. We'll, like Mike said, we'll wrap it up and we'll see everybody next week. Thank you for joining. Look for the recap tomorrow and we'll see you next Saturday with RC Girl. Take care.